Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse. We got a lot to cover as usual. Probably try to keep it to an hour, but yesterday we ran over almost an hour and a half yesterday. We were on fire yesterday. We were doing side-by-side live comparisons. Aldo, LFG, Aldo. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back to the channel. Javier, good morning. Welcome back. Smash the thumbs up, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me. Let's get this rocking and rolling. Usually we start off with Bitcoin, and we will cover Bitcoin. We will definitely cover Bitcoin today. Bitcoin had a 4-hour sell signal. Stocks, NVDA and Meta are crashing, right? NVIDIA and Meta are crashing. I repeat, right? So here's the NVIDIA chart. You had bearish divergence, most likely. I can pull up the second indicator here in just a second. Remember, if you're new to the channel, you can't remember. But remember, if you've been here before, we're going to go through as many charts as possible the first 15 to 30 minutes. The second half, we'll get into all your comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can comment any questions, or if you want me to chart a symbol for you, right? If you want me to chart a symbol for you, make sure to let me know what the symbol is, the name of the asset you want me to look at, crypto versus stock versus Forex, whatever it is. And then are you looking to long, short, whatever? Give me all the details. Give me all the details. Kyle, good morning. Jeweler Affairs, QQQs, please. Yep, we'll definitely cover it. Sell signal. Oh, yep, possibly. So we'll take a look at it all today. But real quick, before we jump into this NVIDIA chart, Caesar, good afternoon, Jesse. Good afternoon, Caesar. Before we jump into it, just a quick little thing. My mom comes in town today. We'll still live stream tomorrow, but Friday will probably be a shorter 30-minute stream. We got to keep our live streams, our consecutive live streams going. As long as the stock market is open, we're going to do our best to keep this streak alive. We're on our 60th consecutive live stream, right? Keep our finger on the market pulse. So we'll be back tomorrow, even though my mom's in town, but I want to spend time with her. And so we'll try to keep it shorter over there. So I just wanted to kind of let you know on that. Jumping over to, this is the Magnificent Seven, right? So the Magnificent Seven, many will say that it possibly has been holding up the NASDAQ, while other tech stocks and while other small caps, while other Russell 2000, SP 500, all that stuff, all these other stocks have been going through a bear market for a couple of years, right? Could say that the Magnificent Seven has been kind of holding it up. So when you see the Magnificent Seven starting to correct, most likely the NASDAQ, SP 500, Dow Jones also correcting, right? So this is NVIDIA. Down 3% today with a pending sell. And this is on the 4-hour chart, right? But I want to pull up the 4-hour chart because I put this out on the Twitter X app, and there was bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart, bearish divergence, as you can see here. And then there's an RSI sell signal here on the 4-hour chart. And then this was looking like a possible lower high. And now we have a pending sell on the 4-hour chart. But if we switch over to the daily chart, right, we also have a pending sell signal on the daily chart. And if you look at here, the indicator is not picking it up. But if I change the inputs, most likely it is picking it up. And there's also bearish divergence on the daily chart as well. So you got bearish divergence. Price is overbought. The candle's telling us it's overbought here. It's overbought here. And it can remain overbought and it can remain diverged, right? But in this case, it's looking like a bigger retracement is coming, right? At least on NVIDIA, possibly Meta. If you look over here at the stock heat map, I look at it from time to time just for visual purposes. It doesn't give me any edge whatsoever, but it's kind of fun to look at. You can see NVIDIA, this is probably lagging a little bit time-wise, about 3%. The Magnificent Seven is basically down, right? Microsoft almost 1%, Google 2%. We're going to cover that as well. Tesla down 1.5%, Amazon 1%, and of course you got Netflix, which used to be like one of the seven, right, that they used to talk about all the time in the bull market. They no longer talk about it, but it's down 1% as well. So let's get over here. Crypto, Bitcoin was flashing red on the crypto heat map as well. It was like 0.6% down. So it's kind of flat as of right now. Ethereum's up right there. Just quick look over here at the daily view. It was 61.8% yesterday. That of the S&P 500 stocks, 61% were back above the 200-day moving average. As we talk about, many investors, you think that it's a bull market when the stock is back above the 200-day moving average. It was as low as 23.6%. Will there be a pullback? Is back down to 59.6%. But the majority of the S&P 500 stocks are back above the 200-day moving average. So we'll just look at that from time to time. So let's take a look at NVIDIA and turn on some of our drawings here and kind of zoom out here on this daily chart. So we had this all-time high, August 2023 on the 24th, all-time high at about daily candle close, all-time high, right? At about $502. Came down, put in a lower high, put in a lower low down here and hit target one of this longer-term target. Then it short squeezed all the way from $392 on NVIDIA, short squeeze all the way back up to the all-time highs, right? And then had a candle close at 504. So it made a higher high on NVIDIA, all-time high, right? Just by a couple of dollars. But if you zoom out here, it just looks kind of like a double top. And we've been kind of talking about this. Could be a double top. Also, could be bearish divergence, right? So you got all these price peaks, while RSI is making lower price peaks. Even back here, lower price peak, right? So as price is making higher peaks, RSI continues to make lower peaks, putting in bearish divergence, right? So bearish divergence. And let's not forget, if this turns out to be a double top, which it's not confirmed yet, right? Could just come back down to these retracement areas, find support, and then continue upward, right? It is possible. But if this is a double top and price started to break back down, which we've been covering on the live streams, this long upward trend line, right? This long upward trend line going all the way back to January 2023. So this entire year has been in this bull run, right? For 1 year, it's been this bull run. Top, retraced, double top. Doesn't mean there couldn't be a triple, quadruple, right? Top, right? But as of right now, possible double top with bearish divergence, even bearish divergence, right? And then even shorter term bearish divergence there. Now we have a pending sell signal to the downside. And let's not forget, we have this 20% massive gap, right? This 20% massive gap. And I will be surprised. Eventually, a 20% gap will be filled. When? We don't know. And not all gaps get filled. Here's one of my quotes, right? Not all gaps get filled, but they sure do make great targets, right? So I like the confluence that it does line up with this longer term third target. So it's hit target 1 3 times, hit target 1, target 2, hit it 3 times, right? Now, if it comes back down, puts in a lower low here, this could be a sneaky lower high here in NVIDIA. It's possible it comes back down, hits target 2, maybe bounces. This could take time to play out, right? This could take time to play out, but it is selling off pretty hard right now. And even from the very top, right? From the very top wick down to currently right now, down 7, almost 8% since 10 days ago, 10 calendar days ago. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Aldo, let your mom do the second half of the live stream on Friday. Well, she let me know. Remember the mom indicator? She let us know like a couple of weeks ago that Bitcoin was back up, right? Remember that was a couple of weeks ago, the mom indicator. But yeah, I don't think we'll let her do the second half of the live stream. Mama Sniper, that's right, Mama Sniper. Morning, Aldo, Aldo and Arnold, right? Can you check ETH today, boss? Yeah, we can take a look at it. Hernan, good morning, everyone. Welcome back, Hernan. All right, so that's NVIDIA. Meta looking very similar to NVIDIA, right? A lot of similarities. Put in this 2023 high, wasn't an all-time high, right? All-time high is back here at 384. So there are differences as well. But if you're just looking at the 2023, right, you had a high July 2023, you had a higher high October 2023, and then you had a higher high November 2023. And there hasn't been a lower low yet. So it's putting in lower highs and higher highs. Brendan Sutherland, NVIDIA is forming a textbook broadening top. If you subscribe to technical patterns, it would be confirmed with the final move down past the recent most. Yep. Yeah. So if you patterns do work out, but they don't work out all the time, right? Just like anything, patterns don't always work out, not only in direction, but on price targets, right? So it's, in my opinion, patterns are about 50-50 on working out in the correct direction, just on my own. No data science or data behind this, but like I always say, in my eyeball test, it seems like patterns work out about 50% of the time. And then price targets based off of patterns, I think, work out maybe 1/3 of the time, right? So it's possible. It's possible. We're just kind of watching it from a swing standpoint, anyways. By the right dip moment, fire, go. Okay, not 100% infallible, of course. Yep, definitely nothing's 100% at all. But good to call it out, because patterns do work out, right? Patterns do work out. It's just not enough to trade off of alone, right? But patterns do work out. So let's get back to it. Meta put in a higher high, right? So if we look at it on the daily chart, you've got slight bearish divergence there. This could be a lower high here. And then now we have a pending sell signal, and target one's already been hit, right? So the shorter term target one's already been hit. You can probably draw these out very similar on NVIDIA, and target one's probably already been hit, coming into target two, where this old massive 21% gap was filled, happens to line up with that. And then I put this big arrow down right here, right? So as Meta's putting in higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher highs, higher lows, you have to expect it to find a possible higher low again until proven otherwise, right? So if it doesn't find support and bounce and then possibly put in a lower high at some point or a higher high at some point, right? And this could be a higher low. If it doesn't do that, then we got this big red arrow that it would come back down and possibly come all the way back down and retest the 200-week moving average, or lower targets from there. So we're going to take it level by level and step by step. But as of right now, it's in correction mode. And then you've got target 2 here, target 3 here at 311, and target 4 at 302. Then we'll see if it bounces, finds support, and puts in a lower high. I have to think about that for a second. Puts in a lower high for a minute, and then if it does put in a lower high, then this big red arrow to the downside becomes like a bigger thing, right? So like it's going to be more something that it'll be something to pay attention to more if it's putting in a lower high. Of course, it could put in a lower low first, then bounce all the way back up. So we'll see. It's a pending sell signal right now. The day hasn't even closed. And here's what I'm probably going to do we'll probably do a deeper dive on the Magnificent Seven. I'll pump out a video here after the close. So the stock market will close about 1 p.m. and then I'll probably circle back and take a look at the Magnificent Seven on a deeper dive, and maybe do like a 10 to 15 minute video on that and lay out some price targets for NVIDIA. Take a look at Amazon. There's no sell signal yet, but on the 4-hour chart, starting to look like it could be bearish divergence. We'll cover it. We will cover it. I'll lay out all the targets for you. I'll lay it all out. So make sure to check it out over there. If you're looking back over here, I put up on this tweet, Bitcoin has failed to close above 37,800, 2023's highest daily candle close 6 times so far. Will price finally break out to the upside or go through a retracement for the next buy the dip opportunity? As of right now, there's only 281 votes. 65% say there will be a retracement and a buy the dip opportunity. So it's kind of interesting. I thought more people would think that it's going to break out to the upside. So definitely go check it out over there. But if you're looking at it, definitely go check out this video. Talked about it 11 days ago on Bitcoin of a potential, after bearish divergence, there's a reverse candle. There's still a lower high has not been put in yet. And I said, don't panic. Buy the dip scenario revealed, right? A little bit of clickbait, but you got to do what you got to do to try to get a little bit more click throughs, right? According to the algorithms and the pros that say that do that. But I'm going to put out a video here talking about it, the Magnificent Seven, and so be on the lookout for that. So let's get back to it. This is the Magnificent Seven. Google actually had a sell signal on the 4-hour chart, and then it's breaking down pretty hard. The daily chart has a pending sell signal. So I'm gonna take a deeper dive on the Magnificent Seven, and I'll pump out that video today, and I'll dial in all the targets and all my thoughts. And I did kind of put this out I posted on the Twitter X app this morning. You had a high, you had a higher high, you had a low, right? You had a lower low. So I changed that to a red, and then you had a lower high here. So Google put in a lower low, Google put in a lower high. Now we have a pending sell signal. Are these targets back on? Are these lower targets back on, right? So I have this gap fill here. You have a gap here. It's not a huge gap, but there's a gap there, right? This gap was already filled here. So like I said, I'll do a deeper dive on that. Let's circle back. Let's get over to Bitcoin. Let's take a look at that. So this is what we've been watching and watching and watching and watching. And we put out this fractal a long time ago, right? We put out this fractal a couple weeks ago on that Bitcoin video, almost 2 weeks ago. We talked about it and said, will we see Bitcoin put in a lower high, right? Will we see it put in a lower high? So far, if we kind of zoom in here, this blue line, the highest daily candle close so far. Let's take a look at it. Let's try to dial this in a little bit better. And it might be different on different exchanges, but it's very close, right? It's very close. But you can see this was a slightly lower daily candle close there. Very slight. It's hard to see it. You have to really zoom in here a lot, right? You have to really zoom in here. So you kind of put it like that. And if you zoom in there, squint, look very, very close, like really zoom in here. Oh my gosh. How many people dropped off after that? You're still here? Great. Awesome. Let's keep going. So you had that daily candle close there, right? It was at 37,000, call it 858. You had a daily candle close here at 37,854. So a little bit lower. You had a wick up, a wick up, a wick up, a wick up, wick, but it's not how the candle starts. It's how it closes. Boom. There we go. Earthquake. No, don't say that. We're in California. Don't say that. So that's the blue line. The highest daily candle close of 2023 is back from November 15th. So from November 15th, 15 calendar days, we have not made a higher high yet, right? Doesn't mean it won't, but it hasn't made one yet. And we haven't made a confirmed lower high yet either. So the daily is still bullish. The weekly chart is still currently ultra bullish, right? But it's lagging. It takes a little bit longer. And what we did talk about on that video that we did back here 11 days ago, we talked about it as a possible buy the dip scenario, right? We did that 11 days ago back over here. We said it could take 2, 3, possibly 4 weeks or more to go through like a topping pattern, right? Go through a topping pattern, put in like slightly lower high, come down, put in another lower high possibly before coming down, hit target 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, here we are 2 weeks later, almost 2 weeks later. So talked about it could be 2, 3, or 4 weeks going through a topping pattern, and we still are, right? You'll see it. You'll see it on TV. You'll see it on YouTube. You'll see it on the Twitter X app. We're going to $100,000 Bitcoin. I saw it today on the Twitter X app they called for 100,000 in 2023. They called for 100,000 in 2022. And now an influencer, I think she's 19, 20. I don't know what she's talking about. I just saw her headline said $100,000 Bitcoin 2024, right? They'll call it every single year. Eventually, they'll be right. Most likely, eventually they'll be right. But if Bitcoin does hit 2025, I don't think it's till the end of the bull run. We don't even have until after the halving. I don't even think you can even consider it a bull run. You could say maybe the bull run started because the 15,500 was the low, right? Maybe you consider it the bull run from there, but many consider not the bull run not starting until after or right before the halving or right around the halving date, right? So it takes time to play out, and it would be about 1 to 2 years. So end of any sometime in 2021, maybe the end of 2023. Well, it was 2021, maybe the end of 2025, right? You would maybe see Bitcoin in a bull run hit 100,000 possibly, right? So when they start calling for 100,000 in 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, they'll most likely be calling for 1 million Bitcoin, right? So the goalposts will move, they'll get all hyped up, and so we'll go from there. But we will see Arnold Bart pattern on BTC, possibly, right? There's a lot of Bart patterns, not only on Bitcoin, not only in crypto, but even in Forex, right? Even Forex has Bart patterns. Bart patterns do take time to play out. Could come back all the way down here. Remember, gold retraced to target 2 and then found support and bounced, right? Maybe Bitcoin finds support at target 1 and bounces, right? It's still bullish on the weekly chart. Maybe Bitcoin comes down, hits target 2, finds support and reverses, right? Maybe Bitcoin comes down all the way back down to target 3, finds support and bounces. And then, of course, maybe it comes all the way back down to target 4 and bounces. I don't think it goes lower than that. That's my personal opinion as of right now. Of course, if it doesn't find support down here, assuming we get a correction, assuming we get another buy the dip scenario before the halving, right? Something we've been talking about and we covered it over on this video. So definitely go over there, take a look at it. If we don't find support and it doesn't bounce, then of course something's wrong, right? Something's wrong. We shouldn't be going back below the 200-week moving average this late in the game before the next halving date, right? So we hope that we get another bull run. The halving's, right around the corner. The halving's projected for April 18th, right? 2024. If it starts closing back below the 200-week moving average and it starts closing back below this fourth and final target, then something is wrong, right? And we're going to have to reconfigure everything that we're talking about and thinking about. But our main thoughts are that we see a possible buy the dip scenario with the retracement on Bitcoin before the halving, whether that's December, January, and then heading into February, March, kind of expecting a buy the dip scenario in February, March. We covered it in that video, so no need to take a deeper dive right now. But that's what we're kind of waiting and watching for. As of right now, we're still right here, right? We're still in this area here, kind of drew out this rising wedge a little bit, right? Talk about patterns, kind of drawing out this rising wedge. You could also draw it like that, but I kind of liked it from the first point and then drawn out, and there's another touch point there. Fake out, fake out. We expect fake outs along the way, right? We always expect fake outs along the way. So we're just kind of waiting and watching for it right now. The 4-hour chart had a sell signal, right? The 4-hour chart had a sell signal. So something to see. There was a higher high back here on November 24th for the 4-hour chart, possible lower high in the 4-hour chart. So each time frame does look different, right? So, but we're mostly on the daily chart as market snappers for swing trading, but we do take a look at all time frames as well. So that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance, right, was dominating, and then had a correction back down to 3 out of the 4 targets, bounced, and now it's kind of getting a little bit of a retracement here. Ethereum, we'll cover Ethereum. Arnold, Sep, hello again for today. Welcome back, Sep Her. All right, so we'll take a look at it. Ethereum, it pumped hard up here, right? It was overbought. There was no bearish divergence, but it was overbought. You can see the overbought candles, right? And then it looks like a lower high here. So it does look like a lower low and a lower high here. So just be aware that this correction might not be over yet. So it's hit one target, hit two target from this, from $2,137 it wicked up to, right? Slightly lower wick here. And so target one, target two to the downside. This correction might not be over. Lower low, lower high. Too early to say, but that's what we're kind of watching and waiting on Ethereum. It is still bullish on the daily chart. It is consolidating right now. So it could be in, the low could be in, possibly just consolidate sideways, gets ready for the next move up. But you have target 3 and target 4 down here for a reason, right? They're on the chart for a reason. So it's kind of a wait to buy the dip patiently, right? No breakout looking like, it's not looking like a breakout right now. So too early to say, but a possible high. We do have longer term targets, but those might not play out for a while. It may take some time to kind of let everything kind of catch up. The weekly chart is still bullish on the weekly chart. These are the longer term targets that I'm talking about. Doesn't mean it won't put in a higher low at some point, right? And then make its move after that. So it's kind of a wait and see right now. Not much really to report on Ethereum. It's kind of flat the last couple of days. As you can see, going over to the crypto heat map, right? Ethereum 0.26%, just flat, right? Not much really to report. So just kind of looking at it over there. So Ethereum, Solana, same. It's been kind of flat since November 10th. Basically been going sideways. November 10th was $56, right? Did pump all the way up to $68, came all the way back down to $51, but really it's just been kind of going sideways. RSI sell signal, right? Target one's been hit to the downside. We'll find out if it hits the lower targets from there. What else? Just call me Seth. Yeah. Seth equals D. No need. Struggle with it all. Sep, her, 0TH77. All right, Seth. We'll call you Seth. Sounds good. Jonathan Martinez. Hey, Jesse, do you think DXY on the daily is starting a possible uptrend for the short term? Yeah, possible uptrend. We've been covering it, Jonathan. We've been covering it. And on the live streams, if you go back to previous live streams, or if you were already here, I think you were here. Or you're on the replay crew, whatever it is, right? The dollar hit 3 of the 4 targets to the downside. And yesterday we covered it, that it looked like it was possible that, what if they front run my 4th target again, right? They've quote unquote, the market makers. When I say they, the market makers, the big dogs, the big fish, the whales, right? The ones who run the markets. We're the big sharks, right? We don't claim to be the big sharks. We don't claim to be the killer whales, the great white sharks out there. What we're trying to be is the cleaner fish that swim with these big sharks, right? Hey, there's plenty of table scraps to pick up along the way, right? We don't claim to be running the markets. We don't claim to be market makers or anything like that. We just want to be, there's plenty upside for the market snipers to sniper these markets together while as cleaner fish of these great white sharks, right? So that's what we're watching. So it looks like market makers, right? Possibly front run our 4th target again. So we'll take a look at it. We got it on the charts over here. It's up 0.65%. U.S. 10-year yield up 1.7. We got so much to cover today. I hope we're smashing the like buttons. 29 minutes in, we're going to get back. We'll circle back to the DXY. Good call. Bring that up, Jonathan. Any thoughts on BAT? Still thinking that it will go down with BTC and ETH if they go down. Yeah, it was looking like a breakout yesterday, RJ, and IOTA as well. But, crypto assets are wild and crazy. So, IOTA was up like 60%, right? IOTA was up like 60% in one day, right? You got to expect, big moves like that up and down, right? They're wild, crazy animals, right? So wild, crazy animals. You had a peak here, a low here. Is this going to be a lower high here, right? It's breaking out. So, and it's currently bullish, right? But on BAT, they're wild animals. So we don't know. IOTA looked a little bit different, had the high and then broke out past it. So it made a higher high. But is that bearish divergence, right? Is that bearish divergence? So, they're wild animals. So not much to report on it too much. Bitcoin, not as wild of an animal, still a wild animal. But yeah, we covered it yesterday, right? So IOTA down 12% after it was up like 60%, right? So we'll take a look at it. But let's get back over to the crypto assets. Not much really to report on Chainlink. Been about the same price since November 8th, right? Been about the same price. DOT was kind of looking like it wanted to break out, right? We didn't know if it was going to hit target 4 and break out. We didn't know if it was going to hit target 3 and break out. We don't know if it's going to hit target 2 and that was it, and come up just short of target 3, right? And then break out. It looks like it wants to break out, but it could be a fake out. It could be a fake out. So it is breaking on this downward trend line, but that would be a pretty shallow retracement. But the weekly chart is bullish still, right? So it is possible that this is a true breakout after retracing the target 2, having a sell signal, possible higher low, right? So that's DOT. Cardano, it actually has hit target 2. It's hit 2 targets so far. So I guess I never changed that target there. That's Cardano. Not much to report. It's kind of trending down though, right? You got bearish divergence, RSI sell signal trending down there. Near looks like it wants to kind of break out as well. It's too early. Like this is a really early trend line. Probably don't even want to put that on there. Basically, been kind of going sideways since November 12th as well, right? Is it going to be a breakout? Is it going to be just a lower high? We don't know yet. Too early to say on near. Kind of just holding as of right now at that $1.85, 86 area. Mana, is this a lower high on Mana, right? Lower high. This is a lower low. Is that a lower high? Too early to say. Could find support here. Put in a higher low and then continue upwards. Matic came back all the way down to 3 targets, right? Came all the way back down to 3 targets, retraced. Is it finding support? Looks like a possible double bottom, right? Is it finding support? It's running into resistance on the 200-week moving average and the trending dots. So if it gets a buy signal and starts to get it back above the trending dots, then it might be finding support and continue the upside there. Let's switch over to the dollar because I wanted to cover it. But also we got the request. And we're going to cover the NASDAQ too, right? We had the QQQ's request, but we'll take a look at it. RJ, but no RSI trendline breakdown yet on the daily for BAT. Okay. 4K mods, OMG, 4K mods. Okay. Let's go back to see what else we had. The QQQs. Let's take a look at the dollar though, right? There's no buy signal, right? And we covered this yesterday, so we're not going to cover it too much, but we'll keep covering it. You can see how close they got within a couple of dollars of my 4th longer term target down here, and they front ran it, took profits, prices oversold, took off to the upside, right? Didn't get that close to my 4th target up here. 3 of the 4 targets got hit up there, and then we talked about it for about a month. Will the dollar break down? It did. Will the dollar put in a lower high again? It did. And then it hit target 2, target 3, and we talked about it. Would it hit 3 of the 4 targets to the downside, reverse again, and never hit the 4th target? Leave us hanging again on the 4th target. Would that happen again? If it closes like this, it's possible, right? It's possible. You look at this RSI down here, right? We're gonna take a look at it, right? Check this out. You got RSI right here. You got this high right here. You got this high, you get this high here. If you get RSI closing back above that, that might be a reversal, right? That might be a reversal on the daily chart, right? Too early to say, but on the 4-hour chart, now the day hasn't closed yet. It's only up 0.68%. But if you look at the 4-hour chart, right? Already had a buy signal. Oversold, oversold, oversold. I'm guessing there's bullish divergence, right? I'm guessing, yes. Bullish divergence, followed by a reverse candle. And then it was bullish divergence again, right? And then this is possibly a higher low here on the 4-hour chart, followed by a buy signal, right? The retracement is on for the dollar on the 4-hour chart, right? So the 4-hour chart, expect higher prices on the 4-hour chart. It could bleed into the daily chart, which means the daily chart could be reversing back around as well. Too early to say, but the 4-hour chart had a buy signal, kind of lines up with all these NVDA, the Magnificent Seven, the NASDAQ, right? The NASDAQ, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. 4-hour chart looks very similar, but the opposite of the dollar. You had bearish divergence, bearish divergence, bearish divergence, followed by a reversal candle, bearish divergence, reversal candle. I'm going to say this a lot, right? I'm going to say this a lot. So this is a 4-hour chart, right? None of this is financial advice. This is always only for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. But I did short the NASDAQ with futures, NASDAQ. I did short it, right? We got bearish divergence. It's not a copy trading service. I don't have a copy trading services, but if you want to learn how to do this, I do talk about it. I do teach it. I did create apps out of it, right? So services, we only have 2 services. There are scammers out there since 2021 that create accounts like mine, different spelling, all that stuff. That's why I pay extra for the blue check mark, right? That charge $1,000 for coaching, and they're scammers. I don't do that, right? We did live coaching for our own Magnificent Seven. We only had 7 live coaching clients ever, and we only charged $199 a month back then, right? It was $199 a month. We recorded all those sessions. We have over 60 hours of recorded coaching. We only have 2 options. You got the $29 a month, includes Sharpshooter Candle 3.1, video updates. We're not doing as many video updates now. Probably got to update that. Or I need to do more video updates, but we're doing these live public ones, so we're not doing as much as that. But important announcements, ask me questions, receive chart updates. I did 57 charts just yesterday, right? And then if you want to take a deeper dive, we did 60 plus hours of recorded coaching, and then you get the RSI sharpshooter indicator as well, with spots, divergences, and it has the RSI EMA and buy and sell signals on there too. So that's only $79. So we're watch out for the scammers out there that have telegrams and charge $1,000. We don't do that. We don't have that. So quick plug over there. And then of course the dashboard that we built, it's only version 1.0. We'll probably be working on version 2, 3, 4, all that in the future. But current beta test for current snipers, we do charge $1 a month if you're already in that service for $29 or $79 a month. Because I wanted to test everything, right? So we do charge $1 for that, but basically free. And if they're subscribed for $29, $79, they'll be $1 for a month, even though with future versions out there like that. So quick plug, we had to do it. Shameless plug, right? We got to do it because we don't have any paid affiliate links. We don't have any paid. We don't want you to trade before you're ready and take our affiliate link, and then we make 50% of commission off all your fees, right? So all these quote unquote free educational things, are they even profitable? Who knows, right? We don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. They have free educational services. You get what you pay for, but then they make money off of 50% of all commissions off of it. So, make your own decisions out there. But I am in a short. I am in a NASDAQ short on the futures. Could be a shorter term play, right? Could be a shorter term play. Maybe it turns into something more. Again, we'll put on the targets and everything, and I'll do a video today at 1 p or around 1 p.m. closer to the close. So I'll put in all these targets based off of that on today's video. So, but full disclosure, I'm in a short on NASDAQ futures, right? Not a lot, right? Just I'm not going all in on it, right? But I've been waiting patiently to put a short on, and the last short was from October 12th down to October 26th, and we've had bearish divergence, bearish divergence, reverse candle, and then it was looking like a possible lower high in the 4-hour chart, right? And then early this morning, right? I may or may not have been watching it on my phone throughout the night. Take a nap, wake up, take a nap, wake up. That's what it takes, right? That's what it takes. If you're going to play futures, you're going to play crypto, sometimes you got to sleep with one eye open. So that's where we're at. We'll find out if it works or not, right? We'll find out. Let's see. Let's do this. Kind of put this up from here, right? Just eyeball test, right? What if the eyeball test from here? I don't know. I'll map it out, but what if, right? Doesn't look like a lot, but when you're doing futures, that's what 5% multiplied by leverage, right? So it doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So don't copy trade me, don't follow me. You'll most likely lose money because I'm not going to update. It's not a copy trading service, so I got to make decisions on the fly, and I can't be showing 65,000 people exactly what's going on at all times. Hello, again. Okay, what else? DXY, yep, covered that. BAT, okay. That's about it. Let's circle back. Let's look at the QQQs. That's the NASDAQ futures, but let's look at the QQQs for jewelry affairs. Welcome back, jewelry affairs. Let's take a look. I know I have it on here, but let me just search for it here. Stocks, QQQ, right? Let's see. Which one do we want? Pyth? Is that it? Is that the one we're looking at? So very similar. Might be lagging time-wise on the 4-hour chart. The futures is already making a move. Already had a sell signal on the 4-hour chart. Didn't have bearish ever. Let's see. It did have bearish divergence. So you have a high. You have a higher price here, right? So higher high here, higher price here, lower RSI here. So that's bearish divergence. Not even a sell signal on the QQQs yet. This is a trust series, so I don't know if this is the exact one that you're looking at, but bearish divergence, no RSI sell signal yet. You do have a gap here at 378. It's pretty gappy, right? You got another gap here at 357. So those will probably line up with like target 1-ish here. This probably line up with target 4-ish here. So yeah, you could probably see target 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the downside play out. So let me know if you have any follow-up questions, jewelry affairs, but bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart, right? On a QQQ, NASDAQ futures already had a sell signal. So it's already kind of leading the way, right? You already had the bearish divergence, reversal candle, and this looks like a lower high on RSI, lower high on price, and then it broke down, right? So NASDAQ futures leading the way on this one before QQQs opened. So that's what we're watching. And if it came all the way down to that like 357 area where that gap is, and maybe like target 3, target 4, then you're looking at like 7-8%, right? And then if it doesn't find support there, then these longer term targets are back in play. But we'll take it level by level, place by place, level by level, and swing trade by swing trade. So that's it there. What else? What else are we looking at? Let's take a look. Quick heat map. Google down 2%. Did we cover that? Yeah, we covered it. We'll cover it again on the video again today. Not much has changed. Bitcoin's only down 0.35%, was down 0.6%, ETH up 0.48%. So we'll keep our finger on the pulse for all that. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Let's see. How are we doing on likes? Who's our like moderator? We're at 45 minutes in. How many likes do we have? Is anyone smashing the like button out there? Hello. Anybody? Anybody? So the Dow Jones on the 4-hour chart, let's see, does have bearish divergence, slight bearish divergence, right? No lower high yet. Could still be early on the Dow Jones, right? Still ultra bullish on the 4-hour chart. So no reversals on the Dow Jones yet. SP 500 looks similar to the NASDAQ, right? We drew this out a while back, and we would expect a higher low to be put in. If it's going to remain bullish on higher time frames, we expect a pullback and a higher low to be put in. But this is the 4-hour chart. So let's take a look at 4-hour chart. And it's never back tested this downward trend line, right? It never back tested it. So we have bearish divergence, very similar to the NASDAQ. It looks almost identical. Followed by a reversal candle, followed by a sell signal on the 4-hour chart. And then it looks like a lower high on the 4-hour chart, followed by another sell signal. And now it's just breaking down, right? So if you kind of map out the eyeball test, you got target probably 2, 3, right around here. Maybe it finds support, bounces, and puts in a higher low. I don't know. It's too early to say. Let's zoom out on the daily chart. If you zoom out, this is 2023, right? Is this going to be a lower high, right? These were lower lows. Will this be a lower high? So that's where it's too early to say, right? It's too early to say. Is it going to, this is what we had drawn out, right? Is it going to put in a higher low, find support and bounce? Higher low, find support and bounce? Possible. Or this is just a lower high, and then comes back down, puts in a lower low, and hits target 2. Too early to say. But we do say that the 4-hour chart is breaking down. So the higher time frames take longer to play out. And you do have let's see, to check out the MACD curling over, no MACD bearish cross. You can see the histogram kind of trending downward, right? Starting to lose momentum over here on SP 500. So it's just too early to say, but the 4-hour chart is breaking down for right now. SP 500, Russell 2000, similarities. You got bearish divergence, reverse candle, no sell signal yet, but this is looking like a lower high here, right? Bearish divergence, reverse candle, possible lower high there. No RSI, no sell signal yet, right? While the dollar is bullish divergence, reversal candle, higher low, buy signal, right? So look, they're working almost. They're fairly correlated. They're not always 100% correlated, but as of right now, the dollar, the NASDAQ, all looks pretty much correlated as of right now. Let's take a look at gold. We haven't looked at gold today. We haven't looked at gold. Where is gold? Where's gold? Someone removed gold from my chart. Who was it? Who was it? Was it me? I don't know. Maybe I accidentally removed gold. I don't know. We'll just search for it here. All, and then X A U. Let's look at that one. All right, there it is. There it is. So this is a 4-hour chart, right? Is this a possible lower high? There's MACD bearish crossover on gold down here, right? RSI sell signal back here, right? Price is overbought. It's been an amazing short squeeze, right? An amazing short squeeze. So many people were bearish down here. We talked about it. We covered it. It was getting oversold, right? Starting to flip back around, bullish divergence, short squeeze all the way back up. Came back down, hit a couple targets to the downside down here, and then moved all the way back up. Back tested this downward trend line, moved all the way back up. Now, is it putting in, it's overbought, right? Is it putting in a lower high here? Did that put in a sneaky lower low? We don't know yet. MACD bearish crossover. No sell signal on gold yet, but if be aware that maybe some profit taking is going to be had, and then a lower price will be coming. You got the dollar pumping on the 4-hour chart. Will we see gold have a sell signal on the 4-hour chart as well, similar to the NASDAQ SP 500 for a correction from this big monster move up? It's possible. Too early to say right now on gold. So that's about it for gold. Luis Dominguez. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Luis. Welcome back. We don't have a smash the like update. Anyone out there smashing the like, give me an update. Welcome back. We are 50 minutes in. What else are we going to look at today? What else are we going to look at? NASDAQ still breaking down the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at the daily chart of the NASDAQ. No sell signal on the daily chart yet. No sell signal yet. MACD looks like it wants to cross over on the daily chart. We'll see. We only have a 4-hour chart sell signal so far. Do we have what about 8-hour chart? Is it pending sell? Yeah, pending sell. Usually if there's a 4-hour sell signal and the daily chart is starting to look like it. So the 8-hour chart even has bearish divergence. The 8-hour chart even has a reversal candle. And the 8-hour chart even possibly has a sneaky lower high, right? And we have a pending sell signal on the 8-hour chart. We had oversold conditions, reverse candle, higher low, price took off to the upside, right? So now we have overbought conditions, reversal candle, possibly a lower high here, sell signal, retracement, right? So that's what we're continuing to watch. Yes, I'm wild and crazy, I guess, and I have a short on for the NASDAQ futures. Jonathan Martinez, smash the likes, fam. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Thanks for all of your support, everyone. We are on our 60th consecutive live stream. Our first official public live stream was September 6th, 2023, right? So we've had 60 consecutive live streams. We've put out 100 public videos, including live streams, most of them in the past couple months, right? Since going live September 6th, we put out most of the videos then, 100 public live streams, 100 public videos, but we have more than 200 private videos that you could go back and watch. The strategy is the same. You can learn so much, not only from the Discord updates, where I talk about all the details, right? We have over 200 private videos. Those include coaching videos, which you have to be a coaching member. But then we also did so many private updates. You could go back through all those videos and you could probably mirror what I do without paying for coaching. But if you want to take a deeper dive with like the psychology of what I'm doing, why I'm looking at it, then and risk versus reward, risk ratios, all that stuff, then you probably want to take a deeper dive and go through all of that. But we do have over 200 private videos in the Discord. We haven't taken down any of them, right? They will be there for as long as we have the Discord going, but we do have 100 public videos now. So we are putting in the work. Are you putting in the work, right? You want to be a swing trader? You want to be an investor, whatever it is. You want to control your own destiny. We are obsessed with charts, right? We are obsessed with charts. Are you obsessed with charts? Are you putting in the work day in, day out? Well, you're here with me right now. You are one of the few that are putting in the work. So awesome. You're killing it with these videos here. Cheers to another 60. Thanks, Seth. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. Those videos are gold, truly help. Thanks, Luis. I appreciate it. Good morning, Jesse and everyone. Good morning, G-Rod. Welcome back. Could you check out AMD? Sure. Why not? Why not? AMD. There it is. Heat map. Where is it? AMD. I saw it on the heat map. Where is it? Oh, down 2.91%. Next question, G-Rod. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, G-Rod. I'm kidding. We'll take a look at the chart. But the heat map, 2.91%. I'm going to go out on a limb here G-Rod. And I'm going to say it's going to look very similar to the Magnificent Seven, very similar to the NASDAQ that we've covered. Well, let's take a look at it for you, my man. Let's take a look at it. G-Rod, where's your comments of kings and queens? Where is your comment on that? Let's see it. AMD stock. There it is. There it is. Take a look at it. All right. So no sell signal on the daily chart, but just as I thought, just as I was imagining, AMD looks very similar to Magnificent Seven, and it looks very similar to the NASDAQ. This is the 8-hour chart. So no sell signal on the 8-hour chart either. And no sell signal on the 4-hour chart, right? Most likely there's bearish divergence as well. And we take a look at it. Yep, there is bearish divergence on AMD. So a lot of similarities. AMD, you could almost put AMD in the Magnificent Seven. I didn't coin the term Magnificent Seven. I think it was our trusty indicator, Jim Cramer, right? I think there's a 70% inverse Cramer indicator out there, which is hilarious. 70%, that's pretty good. I try to be around 80% on the higher time frames. But Jim Cramer, 70%, not bad. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's claims out there that 70% inverse. So anyways, but bearish divergence on AMD, no 4-hour sell signal yet. There could be, a higher probability is putting in a lower high, right? There's no lower high yet, like the other ones that we talked about on Magnificent Seven, NASDAQ, SP 500. So I hope that helps. I assume similar to NVDA. Yep, I agree. Yep. Salute to Sniper Kings and Queens. Thanks, G-Rod. Appreciate that. So how many likes do we have? You're killing it with these videos. Thanks, Seth. But we don't know how many. Smash the like, smash the subscribe button. I appreciate that. How many do we have? We had, I noticed there was 28 concurrent viewers, maybe higher when I wasn't taking a look at it. But we're getting better and better, and we'll continue to grow. We'll continue to sniper the markets together. 57 minutes in, right? 57 minutes in. This is the daily chart. And wait. Let's go back to AMD. Let's go back real quick. That's 4-hour chart. Okay. Yeah. So 4-hour chart, Bitcoin had that sell signal and it's below the trending dots. So we'll continue to watch it. We'll watch it. Still battling. Could still battle this whole entire time, right? We put it out. We talked about it 2 to 4 weeks. This could be another 2 weeks, right? It's been 2 weeks. Could be another 1 to 2 weeks going through it, right? If it's going to go through correction for the next possible buy the dip scenario. Still ultra bullish on higher time frames like the weekly chart. So anything is possible. It's not a guarantee it's going to break down, but it's leaning that way. Salute. Thanks, everyone. Again, quick reminder. My mom comes in town today. We'll still live stream tomorrow. But Friday will probably be a shorter 30-minute stream to keep our finger on the market pulse, to keep our streak alive. 61 consecutive live streams will be tomorrow, even though my mom is in town. Thanks again for all of your support. Boom. Thanks. We'll continue sniping the markets together, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next live stream. Have a good rest of your day.